So here it is, the RTX 4090 Asus TUF Gaming. It's a really heavy GPU. I think you saw it, how I struggled to get it out of the box because it's just absolutely out of this league when it comes to weight. And it's all because of the massive, absolutely massive heatsink, which is supposed to get all the heat out of the GPU. Okay, let's look at the general look and feel of the card. I really like the minimalistic look of this card. It reminds me of the previous generation TUF series, but this one is even more rugged, I guess, and more minimalistic when it comes to look. The RGB, as far as I know, is only on this part over here and on the TUF logo over here, which is good. Some people like RGB, some people don't like RGB. If you like RGB, you probably can go for the Strix version, but if you're more into like this toned down look without too much RGB, the TUF version will be good enough. We have 3 fans that cool the card. Beneath them there is just enormous heatsink which weighs like a ton, and below the heatsink there is a vapor chamber which should greatly improve the cooling efficiency of this beast. So the front plate is made of die-cast metal and it has like this semi-matte finish. I don't think it's brushed or sandblasted, anything like that. It's just like half matte. It looks good. I really like it. Apart from that, on the top we have the single high power connector over here, the new PCIe 5.0 or ATX 3.0, whichever you want to call it. And this is used to power the card. Of course, if you don't have the newest power supply available, which you probably don't because I don't think there's too many out there on the market, don't worry. Asus was kind enough to include an adapter which allows you to connect 4 PCIe standard connectors that power 30 series GPUs and the older ones. So you just plug it in here, plug this part into your GPU, and it's going to work no problems. This is how it looks. Yeah, the look, well, it's going to look a bit messy inside of your case, but this is the reality we have to live in right now. Soon we should have newer power supply units that support the single high power connector, so this problem will be sorted out. Let's look at the back of the GPU. It's really familiar territory because it looks basically the same as when it comes to design, basically the same as the 30 series. You have exposed capacitors over here. They look really great. I really like this idea, and we just have a very big opening over here which will help hot air get through the card and get exhausted to the top of your case and out. This should also help with the cooling performance. And the back of the card, I believe this is aluminium, so it also should have some impact on the cooling performance. Another thing that's pretty standard, just let me put this big boy on one hand, is the performance in quiet mode. If you want better performance, you just switch to the left. If you want quiet mode, you just switch to the right, and the card should behave much quieter. The fans shouldn't spin up as badly as with the performance mode, and we're going to check it out during the tests. There's nothing too interesting. At the back we have a big opening and a space where you can apparently attach something, maybe a support bracket, I don't know, we'll find out. And at the front we have a standard set of I/O. We have 2 HDMI ports and 3 display ports. So this card is pretty long. Make sure that your case will fit it before you order it. The card has 348 millimeters in length, 150 millimeters in width, and the height of the card is 73 millimeters, which means that it will take roughly 4 slots in your case. It's 365, but since you don't get a half a slot, you usually take a full slot. You will need 4 slots to be able to fit this big boy inside of your case. Since the cards are really long, I doubt you can fit a 4090 into a small form factor case. This is the new reality we have to live in, but I think that if we can get like water cooling here, water cooling block inside of that thing, we should be absolutely fine. So apart from the cables, we also get a Velcro tie that should help you keep the order on or the chaos inside of your case a bit more under control. And we also have I think this is a GPU support bracket. Let me check. Oh yeah, this is quite interesting. I believe this is how you're supposed to support your GPU. So if you connect it inside of your case, something like that, this just goes beneath it. I think there's even a spot for it somewhere here. And yeah, it looks it looks absolutely hilarious to have a GPU supported this way. But well, I think this is how it's supposed to work. It's a nice thing that it has a rubber ending, so it will not scratch your GPU. Let's have a closer look at this. Yeah, I think this new generation of cards will absolutely need any kind of support you can give it. So it's a good thing that Asus decided to include this kind of support. It's not really a support bracket, it's like a support stick or something. So the GPU support also serves as a screwdriver, which is really nice from Asus. Just let me try to take it out. There you have it. That's a really neat tool and really cool thinking from Asus. So apart from supporting your GPU, you can also use it as a screwdriver. Pretty cool. And that's basically it. Nothing else inside of the box. We just get a standard pamphlet, but you know, it's just a manual, thank you, and so on. Nothing out of the ordinary, pretty standard stuff. I think you can take it out and just put it on your desk if you want to really show loyalty to Asus. We have a collectible card as well. This is the collectible card, which just represents the GPU itself. You can have a look. And the usual stuff. Yeah, this is a graphic card holder, you can see. Okay, and that's it. And just to quickly show you how big the GPU is, this is the 3060 Ti that I'm currently using. It's not a small card by any means, but when you take a look at both of the cards side by side, the 4090, which is over here, is just absolutely massive. It's just so big that the 3060 looks almost like a compact card. Just take a look at this. This is the length comparison. Please remember about the length of this card. It's almost 350 millimeters. Make sure that your box will fit it. Yeah, so the new cards, really big, really heavy. And yeah, okay, that's it for today. If you want to see how the card performs, what the temperature levels are like, what the benchmarks are like, remember to subscribe to the channel, because this is the next thing we'll do. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Laser, and I'll see you soon.